Hey, everybody, it's Thursday, which means it's another great, grand, fantabulous episode of Naturally Unbothered. I am Shari.
I'm Ebony.
And I am Corey.
What
What's
up?
up, beautiful people?
What
What?
is happening?
Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day.
Yes, happy Turkey Day,
Happy Turkey
Thanksgiving.
Day.
Give
Ooh,
Yes.
I've
thanks.
just been slaving. Oof, I'm tired.
I don't even believe you.
I'm
You making
tired.
cotton cook.
What are you tired from?
No, ma'am.
No, so you cooking?
Yes, ma'am. She will not be putting bread in
What
my
you
dressing
making?
over here. I'm gonna make dressing, a
What?
turkey, a ham, greens, m- macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes,
See,
and
tomato.
yeah, all that. You name it. That's what's going down. It's going down around here. Okay,
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I'm with it.
y'all.
Corey,
I
you
know. I know.
cooking? You going to Oklahoma? What you doing?
No, I'm staying here. I am cooking a few items, but we're eating at my cousin's, so I'm just making a few items. I'm frying the turkey, and what else am I making? And
Oh,
something
she going to
else.
the change of life.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And she having
I'm
a
having
hot
a hot
flashes.
flash over here. Um, okay. Well, I'm going to Oklahoma and we're eating at my sister's house and then we're going to house hop after that. The
Word.
girls
Ooh.
flew in. They're here with the grandson and
Oh,
everything. So, yeah. And then
yes.
Stefan and the wife and kids are going to meet us in Oklahoma and we're going to have a whole little fun little time.
I wish I could be there. I so wish I could be there for Thanksgiving. But
Me,
The
me
turn up will
too.
be Christmas.
yeah,
Mm. All right. So now that we've had all the pleasantries, oh wait, one more pleasantry. What is everyone drinking?
mm.
Tonight, I am drinking some. This is actually imported water.
From Lake Minnetonka.
Okay,
H2O.
imported H2O. Okay, and what about you,
Mhm.
Ebony? Nothing?
I am also on the imported water. I had a
Mm.
time this weekend, honey. It was the baby's 29th
Oh,
birthday.
yes, it
Mama
Um,
turned
was.
up, mama threw up, and mama
mm,
passed out. Okay.
so
Oh,
sounds like a regular Saturday night to me.
It was a time last night. So yeah, it was. I'm in recovery. Okay, so
Okay.
okay. Well,
yeah,
hydrate because it's a whole holiday coming up, so that means it's about to be a reset
baby.
button hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I am drinking, so I don't really know what this is because I found this mix. You know, when you have people coming over to your house and you be like, you want to make like enough for a bunch of people to drink. So
Mhm.
I found this jug of El Salvadorian
Ooh.
mix,
Okay.
and then I mixed it with some tropical lemonade, and it turned out really good. So.
Okay.
Ooh.
So whatever it is,
Okay.
it's good.
I'm with it.
But yeah. Anyway, let's
Cool.
get into this. Let's get into it. All right. Ebony, your
Yo,
best friend,
so a lot of stuff has been
your
happening. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
your your favorite person in the whole world
Uh-huh.
has
Spoken of.
been like all over the news. Like your
Mhm.
very favorite person.
Yo, I've said it many times that he and I have this love-hate relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in NYC
Mm-hmm.
and when I could have been on making the bands and all those things, I wouldn't walk
Mm-hmm.
into Junior's to get the cheesecake. So I didn't make the cut. And after that, we've just ain't been
Y'all been
seeing
beefing ever since.
ever
Mm,
since.
mm,
And so I was surprised when the allegations came up about his alleged tended tend abusive tendencies.
mm.
But what I was surprised about, because I've never seen it on, I don't think on any court document ever. I've never seen a trigger warning stamped on the front of any document. I've just never seen it where it actually says trigger warning. This document contains highly graphic information of a sexual nature, including sexual assault. I've never seen that before. And so I was intrigued. I had to read. So I read all 35 pages of the document, of the complaint from Cassie. And I'm going to tell you, it was a really hard, sad, difficult, believable read.
Really?
Everything that they said they did, he did it, allegedly. Okay.
I don't even want to say allegedly because I feel like he did it.
Yeah, but we cannot say he is guilty or innocent
Why
because
not?
he has not been tried in a court of law. We don't need to be sued because we just don't need that. People are
He
suing
paid
people
he
like
paid
us.
he paid her off.
Right. But
Everybody
this
know
could
a
be considered
payoff
defamation
means
of
you
character
was
because we
guilty.
cannot prove these
No,
things.
that doesn't. It doesn't mean that.
Mm-hmm.
That means I just need you to go on. I just go on. Sometimes people don't even feel like going through all of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because, and I was wondering when all of this came out, I wonder if the system was set up differently, if you like made accusations like this, if money wasn't at the end of this, would people still want justice?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder about that,
Mm-hmm.
because this was, they've been broken up for some years now, and she's like
Yes,
Like
remarried
10.
and things. So I'm like wondering, like why now
because the
is
statute of limitations was about to run out on her reporting it.
so it does make me, and
Well,
not that I don't believe her, but I do wonder like why
mhm.
now? Like was the money drying up for y'all, or what's going on? Why
So
now?
from my understanding, from my source, and y'all know I'd be having reliable sources.
You do.
Um, I was I was informed that this had been going on for about 6 months, and he would not sign a settlement. He would not budge. He would not do any of that. And when it went public, his hand was kind of forced, allegedly, to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and do it. And yes, the statute of limitations was running out. What was going to be ended for the second part of it? The part of the statute of limitations had already worn off for the sexual assault claim and all that. That had already been dead. But what New York did was they made it a law to where you have 1 year after that has expired to file a civil suit against
Mm-hmm.
your aggressor. And that was about to come
Mm-hmm.
to an end. That time was coming up. So,
And also, the complaint was also not just to him, right? It included some other entities as well, right?
yeah, it included Sean Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, Epic Records, Combs Enterprises, LC, and Doe Corps. Let me tell you something. I just want to give all hell, all praise to her attorneys. which by the way are the same attorneys that somebody else used. But this this was so well put together. Like literally, it was like reading a book. Like you just couldn't put down. Like it gave you Howie from the beginning, and then it gave you a whole
Mhm.
lot of body and then it gave you an ending. Like it
Mhm.
literally laid out everything. And I did say that before I wanted to go by page. I really don't want to do that now because it really kind of
Pick
defeats the
out some
purpose.
highlights.
Yeah, the highlights for me, one of the highlights that read in this was that she didn't choose to shave her head. Like he had snatched her hair out and it was a bald spot and she had no choice but to shave it because it was gone. And I was
Mm.
like, I can see that because, she had shaved her head low, low. Like it wasn't just like a regular, I'm going to shave my hair down. It was like gone, like almost like it was low.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mhm.
that really, um, that really kind of bothered me a little bit. The other part of it that bothered me was him beating her so badly that the bodyguard and the other person, I don't remember who that person might have been, that was with the bodyguard were in tears by seeing her and trying
Mhm.
to get him off of her and couldn't. Um, we've all seen allegedly, we've all seen Diddy when he's been raging, when he gets to a point. We've seen it. We've seen him act out. We've seen him upset. We've seen him act a fool. If anybody watched Making a Band, we saw a different side of him. It could have all been TV, probably, and probably not. I mean,
I
we've
didn't
seen
watch
him.
that, so I haven't seen it.
Oh, I love Making the Band, and I think that I love Making the Band. At a point, I probably was a Diddy super fan. Like I was 10 toes down, but through the years, it's so many things. And I don't really fuck with Keisha Cole, but I do like her song that she did with Tupac after Tupac has passed on and all that. That song. But I can't remember the name of it. Last night. Um. Anyway, I mean, she did it with Diddy,
Yeah,
and at
I
the
love
end of
that
that,
song.
it's bomb. And at the end of that song, there's a part where Diddy's like talking on her answer machine,
Oh yeah.
trying to get her to
Mhm.
pick up or not answer. He kind of spazzes out on it. And I'm like, if this isn't some truth and validity to how he probably acts for real, then I mean, because everything you can go back and kind of be like, yeah, he's this or yeah, he's that. The other thing that was in the part of this lawsuit was the fact they didn't just make it like a sexual assault type of this is this. They also made it like an employer versus employee type of thing, like a quid pro quo. And I felt like that
Mhm.
was super smart. She did work for him. The other thing that caught my attention, a 10 album fucking deal,
Mm.
a 10 album
Mhm.
deal. For one, she's not even, I mean, I couldn't remember the song that she did. I couldn't. I had to go back and Google it. Then I thought that song was by Tierra. I did not even know it was her when I listened to it. And I was like, okay, that was a bop, but that's the only one I know. I don't know any others. And I really don't even know that.
I
Like
think
I've already
she
lost the
was
count.
just a one-hit wonder, wasn't her?
Right. So the
She
fact
had
that
she had like she had one hit, and then she had another song that her follow up single. That, I mean, it had some traction, but
Okay.
nothing.
oh,
Yeah, nothing that you should be under a 10 album contract for. And I mean, I
exactly.
saw that he had beat her so bad that she had to go to Hawaii to recover. He had to get
Right.
her away, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah, like a 3-week vacation or something she had to take to heal. There are so many stories, and I think the sad part about this, and like cases like this, and R. Kelly's case, and all these cases, that there are so many people around these men, around these people, these abusers, and nobody steps in and does anything. This girl was a baby; she was 19 years old, and this shit started from there with just the drugging, allegedly, and then
You want
the
fame?
assault, the grooming, just
This is where it
yes,
starts.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah, you
like,
know when he made her get implants. She got the implants. He didn't like how they looked. Literally a week later, had them take them out, put new ones in to his
allegedly
liking.
that I know. I mean, I think that he's fucking deplorable. However, I don't know how believable that story is for me with the doctor and the implants taken out and all that. I'm like, that says a whole lot about this fucking doctor that's come out of the woodwork and said he made me do this or made me do that or whatever the fucking case is. Like, you can't he can't tell you to do shit. Who the fuck is he? And you're the fucking doctor. Like, and you can't even tell what something is done right or wrong from the swelling and all that shit within a week of getting implants. Like, you can't tell that shit. So I just don't, I just, people, of course, when the shit is hitting the fan, people are going to come out and they're going to try to throw more shit at the ceiling to see if it's going to stick. And some of these shit is just like, just fucking outlandish. Like, I mean, I believe he's fucking the worst person in the fucking world. I just don't think that that was something that he did too. I just don't believe that story.
So do you think he blew up Kid Cudi's car?
Now, uh, I think there are just too many coinkydinks about that because I mean, Kid Cudi did say that his car did get blown up, and then
Hmm.
Diddy did say that he was gonna blow up the car. So I mean, shit, he said he was gonna do it. Allegedly, he probably did it. I
So
do not believe he dangled Wale from the motherfucking balcony. I don't believe that.
first
So
of all, Wale is not a small guy.
exactly.
I don't
I
see
didn't
how he
believe
could have.
that when I
I don't see how
read
he
that.
could have dangled him.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
I
yeah.
don't think Diddy is that damn strong.
Yeah, I don't think that either. And the other thing is, I have to say this because and again, I have to keep saying I'm not on Diddy's side, but I am going to say I don't believe that he had anything to do with Kim Porter's death. I don't believe that he had anything to do with Andre Harret's death. I don't believe he did anything to motherfucking Heavy D. I don't believe that he motherfucking was having Albie Shore killed. I don't believe any of that shit. Like people just get these things. Is Diddy
Okay,
horrible?
okay. Pause for a second because you said a lot.
I did.
Okay, Kim Porter.
Kim Porter.
So she passed away.
She
He
did.
just coincidentally, right before her tell-all book comes out, she dies, and then he goes and purchases all the rights to the book, so it can never come out.
Who said who did he sell the rights to the book from? Who did he buy them from?
He purchased them all.
From who? Who said that? Where's the concrete evidence that that shit really happened? Where's the
I'll
proof that he
find it
did
for
that
you.
shit? Yes, please. And
I'll
for the
find it
people,
for you.
because if we're gonna like this is serious, so if we're gonna be putting out shit, let's have some, or we got to say allegedly. He allegedly bought the rights to her shit. If he did that, let's get the information. Let's tell these people where to find it because I mean, she could have been writing a tell-all book.
She was. Everybody knew she had already started advertising it.
I must be crazy because I ain't seen no evidence about her tell-all book. I'll tell you who won't be writing a tell-all book though.
Who?
Cassie, because she signed the NDA. I'm sure she signed
Yeah, she
another one
did.
after this, so it won't
Yep,
be no
she did.
motherfucking books about her
She
life.
didn't sign. She didn't sign one initially because if she signed one initially, that court document wouldn't even be exist.
Well, that's not
Hmm.
true. Only
How come?
because no, an NDA, and look, I had to do extensive research because I just knew that that was going to be something that we brought up and something that I've heard throughout the time. But if you sign an NDA with someone, but then that person does illegal things within that NDA, within that time that you sign the NDA, that shit is like toilet paper. It does not matter because the shit is illegal rape and all those fucking things that she's accused him of. None of that shit is null and void because you're not signing to say whatever the fuck you do to me, I'm not going to tell. You're signing a way that, that you're not going to tell the fucking secrets of the secret sauce and shit. You're not going to tell what goes on, but the shit that you've done to me that's illegal, then I can't bring that shit forward, and that shit is just trash.
Okay.
Allegedly. So I'm sure she probably signed some type of NDA, and maybe she did not even tell it all back then. He probably didn't think she would ever tell. He probably didn't think she would ever leave. She stuck with that shit for 10 years. And again, I say, and I'm not blaming Cassie. I'm not blaming anything, but where the fuck, I understand you're 19, but how the fuck, where is anybody in your life to be like, this nigga is a fool? Where are the parents? A brother, a sister, an uncle, an auntie, a grandma? Like, damn. People so get like shiny things and money. And I mean, at that first, this person has drugged me. This person has given...
It probably was be able to be well hidden in the status that they are. I mean, you're famous and stuff. You're not going to be around your family. You're traveling. They're not going to see your scars and things like that versus being local and stuff like that. So she probably was able to hide it from her family for a long time, I'm guessing.
But we saw when they said that she was in the ATV accident, and it clearly looked like somebody had punched her in the lip and the eyes.
See, I guess I wouldn't follow.
You'll have to check your inbox.
They're all in his inbox. It was a lot.
I'm looking at them now.
It's a lot. It was a lot. It just kept coming out. More and more and more stuff started coming out. Like,
I mean, I heard that he was abusive to Kim, and I watched another interview where he was abusive to another girl, Gina V or whatever her name was, somebody super young, extremely naive.
She was a singer as well.
No, this girl wasn't no singer that I watched on Tasha K.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, not her. No, not her.
So because I was like, that girl was just a regular smuggler girl.
You're talking about the one that's the one who allegedly said that he kicked her in the stomach while she was pregnant.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, come on, like, and I think this story, and what I do know about the story is that story came out in like 2018. So I don't believe she got on this bandwagon. I believe he did that shit to her. Now, I don't, whether he kicked her in the, I do know that, well, I don't know, but allegedly he forced her to have abortions. She didn't, not force her, but was like, hey, you need to go ahead and do this because this is not where I'm at in my life. And if you don't do it, the shit men say, you don't really love me if you don't do this. Those fucking mind games. No, I do love you. I'll do whatever. And then, you end up doing shit. She was extremely young. And so we just do things. And then, because she kept saying, like, he was just so mean to me. He was just so mean to me. And that's something that kids say. Adults don't use words. They really don't use words like mean. They say how he was abusing you, like he was punching me in the head or fighting me or whatever. He was being mean to me. That's all she could really say.
Her facial expression. I know it's been years, but she didn't even feel like it was traumatic, like to her. She was like, he just punched me in the side of my head.
You like
he
this?
Was punching me, and she's smiling or smirking the whole entire time. So it was really hard for me to take her serious because she was, take her seriously because she was literally smiling the whole entire time. And I don't know if that was like a nervous smile. Like, I don't know.
She cried a little bit, but it was on parts where I felt like
she didn't cry when she said he kicked the baby out of her. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
wouldn't that be something you cry about? He done kicked your baby out of you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those are the parts where she should have been crying, she wasn't. On the parts that were just like, bitch, he didn't let you go. He left you after you had an abortion. You mad because he went out of town after you had the abortion. He wasn't with you. She crying for that. But I guess you just never know what people are in their life. Maybe she needed him to be with her at that time, and she was super young. So I mean, I think Diddy, I think that he's had a long run of being this super bad guy in the industry with keeping people's masters and not paying people or being a bully or being abusive and all those things. But outside of the abuse, because we really haven't heard much about him being abusive to anybody. We've heard him doing things with people's money and being a fucking lousy person as far as that end. But how many times outside of probably Kim Porter, who was still 10 toes down with him even after the abuse. So we don't even know if he was really doing that shit because we didn't get our book. I just know how they were before. I've seen them when before she passed. They was like this before she passed away. So I mean, it's hard to see a
But
picture.
how do we not know that that's not Stockholm syndrome?
Well, because he had left her and moved on with somebody fucking else. And so them kids,
That don't
yeah.
mean nothing. Just because somebody left you, they've been beating you, mistreating you. As soon as they give you back that attention, that's not how Stockholm syndrome works.
Well,
Just because
Stockholm
he
syndrome.
broke up with you, it don't. They have basically romanticized the abuse in their mind.
Well, she had both of those people. Both of these. We're talking about two people who have moved on. Were both in relationships for however long they was in relationships for, and that's a long time to have Stockholm syndrome when you're not with that person no more. I don't think that's how Stockholm syndrome works.
But
I would need
didn't
a
they get
definition.
back together?
They
Weren't they
had got back
together when
Yeah.
together.
she died?
Yes. Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm saying.
no, they weren't
Yes, they
together when
had
she
got back.
died.
Yeah, they had got
Mm-mm.
back together. Yes, him and Cassie had broke up.
Yes, but I don't think they were back together when she passed away.
Hmm. I thought they
I
Let
don't
broke
me see.
believe,
up.
Let
I
me.
but
don't know.
we can see because all the stuff that I said that she was back with I'll Be Sure when she passed. So again, I don't. It's just conflicting reports, but I don't think her and Diddy were back together when they passed. I don't think she was with I'll Be Sure either. But who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, I
So
don't think that she was back with I'll Be Sure, but I know that they had
because that's what I'll Be Sure said out his mouth.
um
But who knows? I'll Be Sure could just be trying to chase clout. I don't know. So it was hard to say.
So what is the latest on the case? So did he come to a settlement?
He did.
immediately.
Oh yeah, it was. Man, I had. It wasn't 24 hours. I don't think
It was not.
Mm.
it's. I'm. Dang, how much y'all think? I'm sure it's nice. That settlement was
Oh
nice.
yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm
It
sure it
was. I
was
don't
nice.
believe. I don't think. I don't believe she got more than $10 million.
Oh, I do.
I don't. They were asking for. She was asking for 30. I don't believe that she. I don't believe that she got more than 10.
I do. I think she, and I mean, I'm gonna say, I think she got more than 10, especially. So I'm sure they had some type of paper saying that you can't never discuss me or this shit ever again. So it kind of puts her in a space where she's unable to make any money off of her life. Bitch, she ain't got no life outside of Diddy. So anything
Yeah, I
about
mean,
her
because
life,
she can't ever make music again because she owes him 10 records.
right? So she can't make no money for the records. She can't make no money off of his likeness or what she gonna. Don't nobody want to hear about her story wherever the fuck she from. Without Diddy, and it ain't no story. So we'll never get that goddamn what is it called unsung motherfucking Cassie because she can't tell it. That's cash flow. So I do believe no books, no movies, no. I'm sure Lifetime will come up with some shit or goddamn A&E or whoever the fuck be making those whack ass shits. I'm sure somebody go Tubi probably got one in the making. I'm sure somebody gonna make a movie, but it ain't they ain't gonna have her blessing. They ain't gonna have her. She ain't gonna be able to say nothing. So I think that she got more than 10 million because of the fact that she can't make no money.
I don't know. I mean, like it ain't really up to her on that. But shit, you can do a lot. You can
Yeah,
do a
it's called
lot with this.
negotiation. It's called negotiate. It's plenty up to her and her attorneys and all that. You go when you settle, you don't
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
say I'm
you
giving
can
you.
right. You can ask for it, but it ain't up to her.
I think that it was okay. So you know what? And it could have been less than 10 million. Let's just say, okay, I'm gonna settle for 10 million, and I've ruined his life because now
But
it's out
but
there.
she didn't. But she didn't ruin his life
My point.
because she settled. It's never gonna come
Exactly.
out. I mean, he's like the greatest scapegoat ever. And I feel like if she just had a sued him, then they would be going to court. But when you threw a whole Epic Records, when you threw a whole record company off in there, other entities that were not his, they don't need that shame on their name. We got to figure this out quick.
Well,
So
he probably wasn't direct her
this was about
supervisor. I mean,
money.
they put that work
Yeah,
shit in there too because people witnessed that abuse. I'm sure in that goddamn thing. And it's been
yes,
10 years and y'all still ain't got no motherfucking got me in the studio try to do nothing and all that. She did what she was supposed to do. I believe she did that shit knowing he was gonna settle. Because I'm gonna
And
tell you,
I mean, of course that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
because
why the
at the end of
lawyer,
the day,
the lawyer named the people in the suit because they know that those companies that are not his companies, they don't want that on their name. They don't want that shame on their name. All that stuff that she was alleging in that
yeah.
in that
Hmm.
in those documents,
And
they
also,
don't want anything to do with that.
yeah, and also if that shit had gone to court, that shit was gonna be on Netflix, just like the fucking Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. So people can go back and rewatch that shit. He was never gonna live that shit down. That shit was just gonna be everybody tuning in like the motherfucking OJ case. Everybody's gonna be watching because we all want to fucking know.
I think more than anything, it probably was the other companies that probably was like, let's get this shit settled and all of that before Diddy. Did Diddy give me, he would have been like, let's take this shit to court. He give me,
All
he
the
would have
way.
been that cocky and arrogant about it.
Yep.
So what damage is done?
I
I
feel
think
like. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
I think that there may be a little fallback from it. But I don't think much, you know, fortunately or unfortunately. I don't think it will be much. He
I don't think
probably
it's
will
gonna be.
lose a couple of endorsements and things like that, but I really don't think you can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I agree with you, Corey. It's gonna be about a year. I think 6 months. I don't even say a year because he him. I say about 6 months. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about this shit. But he's
You
gonna
see the video he
eventually,
posted.
yeah, he's eventually going to have the same epic fail and fall as R. Kelly. It's gonna happen the same way. Cause cause he got a date. He got to date a man or a woman. Somebody else he dating is going to. Somebody else is not gonna take the money. They gonna want to out him.
So if something else was, I didn't read the document, so I don't know if this was actually in there, if this is true, but someone was saying that Cassie was saying that he always wanted her to wear white nails. And then they were finding pictures of young Miami with him, and she always had white nails as well. Was that in the
Hmm.
report?
And Kim
So
too.
what was
Uh,
in the report was that he liked her to have white nails when she was sucking on them things because it was just a different thing. And he would go out and they would have, oh, that was the other thing in there that was disturbing. that he was having her go out and solicit male prostitutes to come back and have sex with, and the white nails. That's when all that white nail stuff came into play. So, but this is
yeah,
what I'm gonna
Kim
say
too,
about.
and it's multiple girlfriends. Like if you go back and look at photographs of multiple women that he's dated, all of them when they're in pictures with him,
they have white nails.
People just be reaching. But what I will say
but
is,
you go look, because you know me, I'll
yeah,
be going down I'll go down the rabbit hole. I'm like,
I
oh,
get it. Like I
oh,
feel if you look for stuff, like 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be out there for you to find. I'm not gonna say it is true or it's not true, but I just be like, some shit is just ridiculous. Like she just really don't like white nails on her. They chocolate. They other than Cassie, those women are chocolate, so white nails look different on chocolate feet and chocolate hands. It's just a little bit different.
Listen. He wants to see the white nails on his chocolate dick, not on. It don't got nothing to do with her.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was gonna
Yeah, it
say
don't got nothing to
something.
do with who the nails is on. He like the illusion of what that looked like on his dick.
What was we saying before this? Because I wanted to make a point and then I brought up the other stuff, but hopefully it'll come back to me because it was
something about the male prostitutes.
No, it was before that.
I'm really. You ain't have to fan me off like that.
I'm sorry.
You lost your
Yeah, it
thought,
was
baby.
I apologize. It was before that. I was.
Bitch, I'm trying to help your ass out.
Okay.
Not you fan me
Yeah,
off.
thank you. Yeah, so I mean, I just don't know. I don't. Oh, the fallback. The fallback. My opinion on the fallback of him going down and eventually like R. Kelly. So I don't really believe that that's going to be anything that happens with Diddy. I believe that the people who had the most against him was Kim, of course, especially if allegedly she had that tell-all book, she was going to tell all his business. And then Cassie, from my understanding, those have been his most two longest relationships. So they had the most, and anybody else has just been a fling. Like they've just been flings, or he got one baby outside of Kim and Masika.
He has 2 kids.
Yeah, outside of Kim, he's got 3 children, but 3 of them are with Kim, and one is with. I mean, 3 with Kim and 1 with Masika, and then he got 4 kids, and then the little girl Love with whoever this lady is that
came out of nowhere.
Right, some
a
random
Asian girl. Asian girl, yeah.
So some random. So I don't think they have a baby with him, but I mean, how much is he letting them in? That could have just been a slip up. Who fucking knows? I don't know if he was in a relationship with this chick, but I don't think that they have the weight is not gonna everybody knows that he was with Cassie. Everybody knows that because it was everywhere. It was out there, it was a thing. So of course, like, oh my God, he was doing this case because everybody knew they was together. This little other girl who went on Touch Case type of shit in 2018, nobody gave a fuck about that girl, and she been saying this shit.
That's because Kim died in 2018, so that would not her in a relationship with Diddy would not have overshadowed the fact that Kim died in 2018. So that's how they got swept under the rug.
Name me anybody else who has said something crazy about Diddy besides this fucking girl.
I didn't even know about the girl in 2018.
I didn't know about her until 2023 when I just happened to come across when Tasha K shit just resurfaces, because sometimes she do be on the money, but a lot of times, I mean.
Okay, let's talk about the psychic.
Oh. No, that bitch. No, she was telling something. And I looked at her prices. She charged like $200 an hour.
A long time ago.
She charges like $200 an hour. I looked her up. I was like, damn, I need her to do a read on my life because she is fucking serious. She did say it wasn't over. She did say it was. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows if that?
I mean, because according to her, if we're gonna go by the psychic, everything that she professed to be, came into fruition. So we're gonna go off of the psychic. This shit ain't over.
Well, a clock is a clock with bad batteries is right at least one time a day. So I mean,
But she was
ain't
right
that the
on
same,
several
Corey?
things. She was right on several things. It wasn't just
What?
one thing she was right on.
She didn't give exacts. She didn't give exact things. She just
But they don't ever give you exacts, but they give you enough foundation for you to know
well, yeah.
what's
She
about to
said
pop off.
November 2023, his life's gonna be shaken up. Okay, what else?
Years ago. Years ago. Come on now.
Yeah, that was probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know how long far ago that was. Probably wasn't even that long ago. Shit, for all I know, this shit could have been in 2021. I don't fucking know. But that does count as years ago. But what I'm saying is, yeah, but everything that the person says is not always fact. Not everything don't come true. There might be some more stuff that, there's been other things that come out in this 2023. He did give people their masters. He did. I mean, there's some other shit that's come out. So everything that she said could have been it. Like, we don't fucking know. But what is it gonna take him fucking down and he's gonna be like R. Kelly locked up? I just don't believe it. Because I don't think he's done anything to the magnitude unless murder. And then people talking about, I know he didn't that fucking
So
Aubrey's
abusing
fucking
people
ass.
and raping people, he ain't done nothing to the magnitude. What are you talking about?
I'm saying,
The
well,
only difference is
who?
they're not underage. That's the only
Well,
difference.
you know what? The only difference is that somebody else was found guilty in the court of law, and then the other person wasn't. I don't know if he did that shit to Cassie or not.
Yet.
Okay, but when it happens, and we talking about this shit at the end of 20, well, it's already the end of 23. When we talk about it in 2025, when all the shit hits the fan and everybody goes to court and he's fucking found guilty and locked up, then we'll do it again. But as of right now, we don't know that he raped Cassie because they didn't go to court because she settled out of court for $10 million, 10 to 30 to $100 million. We don't even fucking know.
It wasn't 100 million. She wasn't gonna get more than what was asked for.
Well, you don't know that, and we don't know. You know why? Because they didn't tell us, and they didn't go to court, so we don't know if he raped her. We don't know if he pulled her hair out. We don't know if he beat her to death. We don't know if he really did fall off the ATV. We don't know if she really did get that 10-album deal. We don't know why he would even give her a 10-album deal. We don't know none of that shit. We just know what we read, and that's it. And I'm not even on this nigga's side, but you making me be on his side. Forced to be the business. I want him to be wrong, but at the same time, we have to be responsible. This nigga,
Well,
this
y'all, you
dude,
mark my words. This is not the end. He is gonna end up having a whole downfall, just like R.
he
Kelly.
probably is. He's probably going to have some type of something. But you said the magnitude of R. Kelly. I don't believe that. R. Kelly jail for the rest of his fucking life.
Well, I think the annual white party is gonna be jumping next year.
Then he said, "I'm still standing." He got time for all this shit. He let y'all know.
I mean, because in all actuality, that money was not only paid by him. That money, each
Right.
one of those entities got together to come up with that amount to pay her
If
because
he
they
paid
all
any
was in
of
the
it.
lawsuit.
Exactly.
That part.
So, I mean, come on. And then,
I just know some of these boys is gonna come out. A boy is gonna come out.
This is what I think. Not if they was getting
Watch,
prostitutes.
Corey.
Who gonna
Watch.
believe them?
I'm not gonna say anything.
First
I'm
off, you're
not.
gonna have to prove you was there. Prove it.
Oh, I got the proof, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, well, you keep it to yourself. But for the other ones who might want to say something, I'm gonna need you to know that you're gonna have to prove you were there or it didn't happen. I'm literally gonna have to see you. Unfortunately, we live in a time when I got to see it happen, or I need to see some fucking receipts, or I'm not gonna fucking believe it. I got one picture of Cassie with a fucking beat up face, and she said by her own account, she said she fell off an ATV. And later, if somebody put my hobbies up and pictures of my side and send them to people, I just don't know. But I would have kept better track of the goddamn evidence. She probably did have receipts, but you know what?
She probably do have pictures of that shit.
She probably do. But guess what? We never gonna get to fucking see them because she motherfucking chose to sign an NDA and take the fucking money and run. And this is the other thing I feel about that. Kind of going on Corey's side. That goddamn physical trainer. That's her husband, right? The physical trainer. That's the one she married, who was Diddy's trainer. Now,
Oh, he was. Oh, I didn't know that.
now, unless he's bodybuilding or fucking making all the stars beautiful by getting them all in shape, that money probably was running low. And Diddy won that lifetime achievement award, whatever he fucking won. He thanked Cassie. I'm sure that probably ran her husband hot. Why the fuck is this nigga still saying shit to you? And then he said, we need to stop this, antagonizing us. He's doing this to us. I can see him, Diddy being extremely petty. Because let me get on stage. Let me thank some people right now. I'm not on stage.
Like
let me thank
all
some people.
Of a sudden, you want justice.
Yeah, and let me thank all the people. Let me thank all the people outside. But for me being me, I just want to thank y'all who said I want never gonna be me. I want to thank y'all now, okay? And I'm not even getting a lifetime achievement. All those people from my fucking past that can probably write a tell-all and take me to court. You should, whatever they said I did it. Whatever they said I did it.
I did it.
Do you have a say my name?
Oh yeah, I do have a say my name.
Say my name, say my name.
I do have a say my name.
Is it
yes,
Cassie?
we need to say my name because, baby, we need to break it up.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear ladies and Corey, this letter is probably different from most, a little heavier than others. My name is Tanisha. I'm 42, been married for 12 years, but dated 2 years before that, and we have 2 daughters. I've been in an emotionally and physically abusive relationship for the past 6 years. I don't know when or why things shifted in him, but every day is a battle, whether to leave for the sake of my daughters or to stay for the same reason. I love him, and that's the most heartbreaking part. He's all I know when it comes to being financially supported, being protected, and being emotionally secure. Y'all, this man was truly my knight in shining armor for the first half of our marriage. I've tried to leave. He's threatened to take the girls, or he's threatened to leave us penniless. I've been a stay-at-home wife and mom for the last 10 years. I'm tired. I'm emotionally exhausted, physically and mentally depleted. I need a way out. Please help. Tanisha.
Corey.
Tanisha. Oh, Tanisha. What's the question?
Nigga, help. I need a way out.
She need a way out? Just open the door and go. Shit. I mean, like, I think she said a key word. She said he was my knight in shining armor. He was your knight in shining armor. He's not anymore. And you mentioned your daughters. I think you are teaching your daughters that this is acceptable and these are the type of things that you should accept. And unfortunately, this is the type of man that you should have. So, leave. Why would you want to be with a man that would threaten to leave you penniless? You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. You can start over. You can start over. You can start over. You can get some more money. You can't get a new life. So my I hope you have family. I hope you have friends, someone that you can, help you out. But I say just go.
Yeah,
Run.
most times these women are alienated from their families.
Hmm.
Um, and so therefore they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to. But even if you, I feel like even if you have a half-ass family, somebody gonna let you in them girls.
Somebody gonna let you in. Somebody is there waiting for that call.
Right.
They
Mm-mm.
waiting.
Are y'all done?
Yes.
Okay. So, um, I heard both of y'all, and um,
Mm-mm.
sometimes people like you run to them because you don't, you tell them, oh my God, this person's done this to me, and then they say, bitch, leave. Like, why are you still there? And you go back, and then you go back to that same friend or those same family members, and you tell them the story again. And they're like, bitch, leave, come on. Like, what are you waiting on? Come on, I got you. And then you don't, you go back to him. And that's just that cycle that's keep tugging and pulling and tugging and all that. That rope, that rope gets worn thin. And that family member or those friends are like, I've really washed my hands of the situation because I've tried to get you to leave for 6 years and you're still there. And now you're looking for a way out. I've been telling you to go. And then how I know that once you're gone, he's not going to try to come to my house and try to do things to me because I've helped you. And now, or I bring you and the kids and then y'all end up going back. It's a big old mess. So at this point, I don't think it's about getting family or friends involved. I think it's about her. If you want to leave, then you have to go. You just have to really if you have to plan it while he's at work, or if you have to plan it so when he gives you grocery money, you're putting a little bit of that money to the side so that you have some type of money to get away from. If he's been the financial security, if she's saying he's been her financial support, then that means she probably don't see any of the money coming in. She probably don't know how much money's been made or spent or any of that. She only knows what she's been given probably when she goes to write the check for her to get groceries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, and also what Shari said, the family is alienated sometimes. However, he wasn't always like that. So something shifted in that marriage. Is probably somebody else. Sometimes people do things to make you try to leave them so that they don't appear to be the asshole for leaving you. Like
Correct.
he's probably telling the other people or his side of the family she don't do this, so that she lazy, blah blah, and then not knowing all the stuff that she's going through, or not knowing all the stuff that she's going through. So they're only hearing his side, not hearing her side, and
Hmm.
then So I mean, I have to agree with Corey when I say, I mean, there are shelters you can go to. There are people like if you need help getting a
Mm-hmm.
job, call me.
Oh yeah.
I'll get you the interview and the job. I promise. Ain't no
And
way you're
and
not gonna get the job.
and another thing I would say is start building you a case. Start keeping records,
Pictures,
pictures,
notes.
and everything.
Yes.
If you worried about him taking the kids, start
Ooh,
building a case on that
yes.
ass. Go
Oh,
go
also,
HR. Go
ooh,
HR on it.
get an attorney. Write a letter. If anything happens to
Okay, if
me,
she ain't got no job, she can't retain no attorney. You're going too
Yeah,
far.
she probably
She ain't
can't
well,
got
she
no
can.
retain it.
job.
Okay, your neighbor. Then your neighbors on the block, the school, the
Or
teacher.
or
Write
or
a
or or
letter.
like a shelter. Like you can talk to
Yes,
like a counselor, somebody
yes.
there, but
Your
talk to
pastor.
somebody.
Write a
Yeah.
letter to somebody saying if something happens to me, he did it, so that he
Let
won't get away
let
with
let
murder.
somebody know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched the case just the other day. A lady had wrote a letter, gave it to her neighbor, and said if anything happens to me, it was a whole lot of other stuff in the letter, but basically if anything has happened to me,
Look at
please
Tom.
check Doug out because Doug
Mm-hmm.
did it. He's threatened me this
Right.
many times. He's done this.
Yeah, I
Record his
don't disagree with
ass.
that. That's a great idea, but she ain't gonna be able to retain no lawyer. She ain't worked
Okay.
in 10
Well,
years.
you
She
don't know who
probably
she
ain't.
know. You don't know who her friends are, who her friends might know. We don't
You
know.
right.
So
You right.
utilize all of your resources. Utilize
Utilizing.
all of your resources. Build a rapport with the person at the grocery store. So they say, oh, well, you know what? Tanisha comes in here about this time every 2 weeks to get groceries. I haven't seen her lately. I wonder. Speak to everybody. Shit. You got to be telling somebody. You got to tell somebody something. I know probably the older
Mm-hmm.
people in your life, not the older people, but friends from the past or friends that you probably been like, nah, girl, I'm gonna stay because I love him. That's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. They was probably tired of hearing that shit, so they probably be like, ooh, it's Tanisha calling again. I ain't gonna pick up. Sometimes you got to have that new ear to listen to because they don't know you like the old people, so they gonna listen to your shit until
Yeah.
they get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody want to hear some drama and some mess, but get out, like Corey said. I know it's probably easier said than done.
Oh, it
But at
is.
the end of the day, you've got those girls to worry about. And unfortunately, it might even be, we don't even know how those kids are, but it's probably even too late for what they've seen. They're probably going to grow up in it. They're probably going to end up being the abuser or being abused already because of what they've seen. So, I mean, get out before you make the situation any worse. Because now it's not
Mm-hmm.
about what he's doing, it's about what you're not doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
get out of the situation as best you
Mm-hmm.
can.
Very well
Mm-hmm.
said.
You on mute?
Oh, me? I'm on mute.
No,
Oh,
Shari's on mute.
No, I was on mute because I was asking something.
Oh, I was like,
okay.
your lips was moving, but you was looking at the camera still.
No, because I just had a missed call. I was just gonna tell him to reach out to whoever just called me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. So
Well, let's go ahead and close this episode on out.
all right. So y'all
And
can follow naturally on you got
that's
more
it.
to talk about. Okay. You can follow Naturally Unbothered on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. You can email us at naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. That is naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. Please leave us a message. We welcome the feedback, the comments, show ideas, and ebonites. You know how I adore your advice requests. So keep them coming. If anybody can pull up the abuse hotline number, and say it when I'm finished, that'll be great. If you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Audible, or wherever you listen to your podcast, please make sure you're watching us on YouTube. You're rating, you're leaving a review, you're selecting the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new episode. If you're looking for Naturally Unbothered merch, if you are looking for Naturally Unbothered merch, please www.naturallyunbothered.com. That is www.naturallyunbothered.com and click that merch link. So, if you know anyone that's being abused, if you are being abused, if you need help trying to get out and you need to figure out how to get out, some information about how to get out, you can dial 205-308-04. If you want to reach out to somebody that's not one of us, that number is
1-800
800. Oh, go ahead, Corey. I didn't know you could have found.
799-7233.
one more time.
1-800-799-7233.
All right, y'all. So tell your whole ass friends to tell their whole ass friends to tune in to Naturally Unbothered.
Peace out.
Bye.